Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. This happened a long time ago, about 11 years ago. This was in November of 2009. I did have my own personal scary stories of what happened concerning sleep paralysis and hauntings and things like that. The most horrific event that I ever came across, that I ever experienced, that I wish never happened. And basically, what I'm trying to say is this is something that I hope no one would ever have to go through. But I actually had an experience of sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis. I'm sorry. I had an experience of sleep paralysis that had to do with actual physical, like something grabbing me, kind of thing. And what actually happened? This happened on three different occasions. On three, but one of the three was like the worst of the worst, or the typical scenario of something standing next to your bed watching you, like you're being watched, kind of thing. And what it did was it grabbed my ankles and pulled me off the bed. That happened on three different occasions, twice on the bed and once on a recliner that I was sleeping on. I just had the lever to push the leg lifts, and then I just reclined back and I slept. And then I felt something tug at my leg, and I kicked and screamed very loud at the top of my lungs, to the point that I actually strained my voice. And then my energy was just worn out. The worst one was when I was sleeping on my bed. Not the first time, but the second time. I was not only just grabbed from my leg, because they never grab you from your neck and pull you off the bed, or your arm and pull you off the bed, or push you from the side of your body or anything like that. They always grab you from your ankles. Either both of them or just one of them. And they pulled me off the bed, and my body was halfway out. I was violently thrown around the room. It was the whole thing was just so fucking horrific. I screamed and I kicked and I punched. I did whatever, even though I couldn't see what it is. But I actually saw it was about to manifest into what it really was, and I saw what it was, and I can't really say what it is right now. But it was really intense. The whole moment was really intense. And again, I strained my voice from the screaming. And I remember my brother, my mother, and my sister came running up, because I lived in an attic bedroom. And they came in, and then they saw They saw me try to come at the door. I was drained of energy. I was like, I could barely stand up. And it's weird because when you feel them grab you, you can feel the tremendous amount of physical strength that they have. And they're not demons, just to let you know. I studied certain aspects of demonology when I was growing up, and things like that, and I experienced a lot of sleep paralysis. And of course, I studied a lot on angelology, the study of angels. But just to let you know, these are not demons. They're not, but they are diabolical, without any doubt whatsoever. They are diabolical beings, and they're not spirits either. But the whole thing was horrific, and I just wanted to let you know that that was the worst thing so far, and hopefully it stays that way. And I haven't had a single incident for a couple of years now. For at least no, for more than a couple of years, like maybe close to 5 years now. I haven't had one single incident of sleep paralysis because of something that happened to me. Not just a ritual that I did, um, where you use certain type of candles, image candles, and then you to put a shield of protection, and you use some sort of right here, some kind of oil that I got from. I don't know if the light will actually show it, but these essential oils they used, and it was actually effective. It actually worked. But there was also something else that happened to me that made the sleep paralysis stop permanently. It's very hard to explain it without people going like, "What? Really? That actually happened?" But this thing that happened that caused my sleep paralysis to end permanently was something that I was extremely grateful of. It was very difficult. It's very difficult for me to talk about it without sounding a little, I don't know. You might find it far fetched or something. I don't know. But they pretty much told me why it happened in the first place, how it actually started in the first place, and they did something about it. And they told me what was causing these creatures to attack me in the first place. And when they told me that, and they even showed me the proof, and they said, "Don't worry about it, it's all over." And I remember breaking down and crying like crazy because it was a serious weight off my shoulders. And one of them just hugged me and embraced me, saying, it's okay, it's all over now." I never saw them again after that. They were, but they're known as what you would call the Andromedans, an alien race from Andromeda. They have blue skin, they're bald headed, and they have these type of outfits that are kind of strange or whatever. But they remind me of Shaolin monks, like 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 Buddhist monks kind of thing. And I remember little glimpses of it, of the whole thing. And ever since that happened, um, everything has been okay. But he told me to be on my guard because the person who did this to you, which was a family member, the person who did this to you will most likely try to, in the future, will try to get at you again. And this is one way of explaining it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, let me tell you something, honey. That family member that originally cursed you is still around you.
Okay. In other words, they're continuing?
Yeah, yeah. In other words, you must have done something, or they may have found out something, but whatever they did, they re-instilled it in you. Because here's your fight card, here's your anger card, here's your heartache card, here's your burden card, and here's your strength and energy. So what they're trying to do is break you down. Okay, in other words, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. You're being broken down. So I know exactly what I'm going to have you do, darling, because I'll tell you, it is not the way it was a couple of years ago. Okay, and this very definitely can get better. But let me tell you something. Because this person is still around the family, you're going to have to, after you do this ritual, honey, and you get this off of you, you're going to have to, like maybe every 3 or 4 months, put a shield of protection up. Okay, or maybe do a different kind of ritual for prosperity, better business, or for harmony, or for, in other words, stay alert. This person doesn't want to get off of you, so you have to be in a defensive mode. In other words, you're not going to wave a magic wand and get rid of it all.
Yeah, I understand.
So every 4 or 5 months, if you see that you're in a cycle again where things are starting to go bad, understand you need another cleansing. You need to do what I call a rebellion. Okay, make it like a boomerang. Send it back to the sender.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that's going to stop them. That every time they reach out to touch you, something happens to them. And so eventually they're going to get the message and get off of you.
Yeah,
But in the meantime, you got to work on yourself, because that's what they're doing. They're doing it emotionally. They're doing it physically, financially.
Yeah, with extreme malice, I'm thinking.
Oh, very much so, dear. I mean, you have a card here. You have the right to be concerned. Here's the fight card, I told you. Here's the burden card. Here's the heartache card. Here's the strength and energy. Here's the money. Jesus Christ, they're going after it. They want to break you. And that's why you're having trouble believing in yourself, okay, and having any encouragement from anybody else, because it's not there. They're pulling it away from you. They want you to drown in your soup. But like I said, we could turn that around. Next question.
Well, anyways, this was from my first video that I ever did, my very, very first video, and where I talked about my experience of sleep paralysis and how I actually beat it. Followed by a second video that I did, which was where I talked more about it. And when I got pulled off the bed, invitingly pulled off and thrown, that's what led me to seek help from this lady. She passed away. She's no longer with us, kind of thing. But I am very grateful for her help, and I'm very grateful for the help of the Andromedans. Any questions or comments, you know what to do. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And to all of you, take care.